Hey, RPM Trade Vietnam in this bitch. Man, we got some serious storms going on here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa right now. This storm just moved in, and these clouds are dropping in like it's hot right now. There's some clouds back here that are they are descending. That's not good. That's tornado activity. I just dropped my kids off at grandma's house before I go to work, and yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it's the season for the weather, man. For that tornado weather, man. Tornado activities around this bitch. And what I want to talk about today, man, fake ass internet ass fucking people, man. Let's talk about it for a second. What up, Engineer X? Always one of the first ones up in here. Where you from, Engineer X? I think I asked you this before. I asked you this a bunch of times. Never ever call the police. Hell no. You got a reserve call in Ohio. That's what's up. They got good gun laws and shit there. That's right. Man, you got reserve calling the police for like, man, you call the police to avoid getting confused for the bad guy in the situation. If you got to do all of that, if you got to clear your name, you might need to. But man, it's a rough call, man. Calling the police, man. One time, the last time I ever called the police, this is before I was like truly engulfed in who it is that I am. I called the police like a fucking goofy, getting wrapped up in petty games with a neighbor because the neighbor called the police on me for a noise disturbance like a week or two before I called. And police came to my door talking about a noise disturbance and shit. That shit pissed me off because the neighbor that called the fucking police was being a bitch. She's always being a bitch. It's just one of them kind of neighbors, you know what I'm saying? Like, one of them nitpicking ass neighbors is always trying to make controversy, man. It's wild to me how like children grow up and they never stop being children, so then they become stupid, ignorant, petty, meddling, nosy adults. And if you can imagine that in an apartment building, man, man, fucking dumb shit. A bunch of stupid ass fucking shit, right? So this bitch was getting on my nerves like all the fucking time. Called the police on me about a noise disturbance. So I called the police on her for a noise disturbance because her and her husband were down there arguing. So like, I call on y'all. Fuck is you talking about? They came to my door for when I'm the one they called. They went down to the neighbors, but they came up to my door also, right? And when they did that, they act like they can smell marijuana. They say they can smell it in the hallway, and that when I opened the door, they then became curious whether or not it was coming from inside my house or not. So that started all of that shit, and I blame myself for that. That's what I get for calling the police, bro. I should have never stooped to their level to play this fucking stupid ass game with them about that shit. And then it ended up leading to the police searching my place, not finding no weed, but feeling like I was in a place where some weed must have been smoked fairly recently, but I had firearms at the time, so they call that a quote-unquote gathering, whatever a gathering charge is. And that's when one or more people or two or more people assemble in a place where there is marijuana, and I supposedly know of it, but I also have firearms, so that I didn't have to be indulging or engaging in that for me to be at fault about it. They called it a gathering, is what they called this shit. I was like, man, y'all crazy. They took a big leap to even do all of that. That shit was ridiculous. And I'll tell y'all more about that story and all the shit that led to later on. Like maybe on my Patreon, once I get some uploads on my Patreon, or maybe in this documentary. I've been working on writing a documentary that I'm going to release on my YouTube. Maybe in like 3 different parts. I don't know. Maybe in like 3 different parts, but I'm gonna do a documentary that's gonna tell not my whole life story, but all of the relevant parts that paint a clear picture of how I became a gun rights activist. I call myself a gun rights activist and not a Second Amendment advocate, because the gun rights and the source of what it is that I'm talking about in the idea of the first law of nature, which is self-preservation. All of that is cemented in our nature way before man could put pen to pad or to paper to write any goddamn thing about nothing. Way before that, it was already solidified. If I get my hands on this rock or I sharpen this stick to make a fucking spear or something, that it is totally legit in defense that I use that to keep you from killing me or hurting me or taking my shit. That it's super simple. I had this hater jump on my channel yesterday named what was his name? Truth something 666. I can't, Truth 666, something Truth 666. I can't remember what his name is. He a bitch anyway. I don't know. I want to check this YouTube channel out. This dude is a whole bitch. I'm talking about not a masculine fucking bone in his body, bro. And I'm not saying that a motherfucker need a rugged beard and scars in his face and a super deep voice to be a man, but I'm telling you, this guy was the opposite of all of that. I couldn't imagine this guy ever saying 2 words to me in person, in public. No way. No way. This dude, if he stepped on my shoes in public, he would beg for forgiveness before I even opened my mouth. He would not stand up to me about anything at all, which is strange to me, because his YouTube handle implies that he's a truther. He's got 666 in his YouTube handle, as if he understands what any of that is even supposed to be. Apparently he's got a video explaining why he used 666 in his YouTube handle. None of that matters. He's a pussy. But as soon as somebody calls himself a truther on any level, and the first thing they do when they see me is avoid what it is that I'm saying, judge what the fuck they think it is that I'm doing or saying, pick out all of the negativity that they could possibly draw from what it is that I'm doing, call the police or do a police or do a background check or a search on my name to see if my firearms are even registered, and then they come to my channel and say that since he could not find any legal registration for firearms under whatever name that he thinks is my name that he is using to do a search on, that he then comes to my YouTube channel, call the police and that I need to get rid of my guns, and then he acts like this is him being a truther. When in reality, if he is really about the truth, what he would know right away is I'm all about real truth, to the point that I don't even support the Second Amendment. I don't like the Second Amendment. I think the Second Amendment did one thing very well. It didn't protect our rights. We know that. If you yourself support the Second Amendment, what you do have to admit is we have found ourselves in battle after battle after battle about gun rights and how it's supposed to go, while we are at the mercy of politicians who we do not know, like, or trust at all. And it's up to them how and when or if at all we exercise an undebatable, inalienable right. We have to know that the Constitution gave them an arena of debate to draw us into, to make something undebatable, very debatable, and then with the expectations that if we lose the debate in a court of law, then we accept it without revolt. That's what the Second Amendment did very well. It did not protect it. This ain't even debatable. Not even at all. No judge, cop, lawyer, constitutional lawyer, no Second Amendment fucking advocate waving that fucking yellow flag all over the internet as if they ready to fucking rumble if the government want to fight about this shit. That might be true. Their perspective is so far off though that we have to shift. I think that anybody waving that flag with the snake on it, I can never remember what it's called. It starts with a G, and I can never remember what it is. But if anybody waving that flag will shift their perspective from over here to just adjust it just a little bit, if you do that, you will realize that the infringement that you claim to be fighting against has already happened, and they're laughing at us because there's a very big gap in weaponry between us and the U.S. fucking government that they think a revolt is almost impossible. Almost impossible. You almost can't even really do that. Not on the surface level. We could talk about the details and all of that, because I don't even think that fight will go the way they think it is, even without us. Yeah, the Gadsden flag. That's right. Thank you, Sam Fisher. Sam Fisher and this bitch. Ben Dover. What up? Firearms are not constitutional rights. They are human rights. Yeah, they are. And as soon as we allow them inside of a constitution to say, we got something to talk about, and when we're done with this discussion, we're going to come to a conclusion. And if the conclusion favors what it is that we want, then that means you guys can be legally punished, even if it means your death on your doorstep. They will go that far because of what it is that they think that they have secured in a fucking debate in a courtroom. The gateway to that is the Constitution. They think that when they call it an amendment, that we have to expect that it will change in due time according to what it is that they want. This is all crazy. And because of that foundation with the Second Amendment, they stage mass shootings with the anticipation to get a certain reaction out of the public. They plan the reaction. They create the situation with the expectation of the reaction because they already have the solution. It's called the Hegelian dialectic. Anybody who can't understand that should not put truth in their YouTube handle to then come talk shit to me about guns when it is what it is that I'm doing and saying. The shit is over. I keep on saying all over my social media, all on my IG and on my YouTube. I point these different things out that I do, and then I say I win. When I say I win, what it is that I mean is that there's an intellectual debate going on first. I might not be able to force a respected win onto society or onto the government in regards to what it is that I'm doing and saying. But what I do know for sure is that on an intellectual level, I've already laid out what it is that we need to be understanding about gun rights. How it's really supposed to go. The hypothetical in regards of a revolution or stopping government from moving one step further in what it is that they have already, I think, successfully done. When I lay that out, all of these things become so undebatable that I already won. I only need now a multitude of the people to stand up and tell the government that it's too late, that they fucked up, that they violated their oath of office, that the pain that they have caused is insurmountable. We couldn't even retrieve it, and we smoked all of their asses today. It will still be damaged. We will still feel the pain. That we cannot get the time back that we have lost. We are so far behind that a successful revolt today wouldn't even make me feel that good. Because I'm already mad that 250 fucking years, they've been fucking with us and winning. Black folks had a front row seat to the fucking circus, and still we praise Jesus, praise government. We choose sides of the lesser of the two evils when we vote. We act like the civil rights movement and everything that they fought for, which was all social engineering that goes above the average man's head. Y'all are all kind of fucking dumb, calling yourself truthers, and don't even be fucking looking for real, for the bottom line fundamental fucking truth to these things, so you can see where it is that they played you. That civil rights movement didn't do anything for us. They killed all of our heroes and put coke and heroin all in the motherfucking communities, and then they blamed us for being violent drug dealers, desperate, broken, and they blame us all when they have socially engineered all of the environment. The environment is what the issue is. You cannot take affluent, educated black people with their spiritual mind intact and get them to shoot at each other, sell the fucking drugs, rob each other, or none of that. Those activities are reserved for the fucking desperate, mentally broken people with childhood trauma that they will not address. That's what it takes to get people to do that shit. Black skin is not the only prerequisite to get involved in those things. When I see the fucking racism and the prejudice still persist all over the internet inside of people that cannot even stand on their own too in regards to that shit in public, but they get on internet to do that shit, pussies. Racist pussies everywhere. I try not to give in to the divide. But when you force that shit onto me by proving that the attempt to divide us by race has actually worked on some people, now I gotta address it like it's real, even when I know that it's fugazi. I know it's a farce, man. But I can't ignore it sometimes. It's worked on somebody. And there's a bunch of white people out there with some weird ass fucking angles on how they perceive black people. I'm going, man, that's crazy. That shit worked on y'all. And now I gotta address y'all as a black man, when I really try to address y'all as a fucking spiritual being. And if I do that and you're one too, I'm on a stronger foundation of awareness of who I am, that I try to address y'all on a fundamental level of your spiritual being. You are a conscious being. That's who I want to talk to, the conscious being. Not the white boy. I don't want to talk to the white boy. I want to talk to the conscious being. So if I stand up and I go, my black people, and I start talking, I automatically exclude so much of humanity that there's nowhere here that what I'm going to say after that is going to be any kind of fundamental truth to save a global endeavor of peace and prosperity and safety for everybody. I can't go there if I say, hey, my black people. Get it, black man? Do you get it? You're not going high enough. You're not reaching far enough if that's the way you start your conversation. The fact of the matter is that I'm realizing right now that we do need to have to take a step back sometimes to speak from that angle, because the racial divide worked on some people, and sometimes it's almost unavoidable. You got to address it. I've seen it in my workplace at the job that I work at right now. I've been working here for 11 years. I've been working at my job for 11 years. I have seen prejudice that was used against me, intended on fucking with my employment, without a care in the world that I have kids, that I've done nothing to nobody, that everything is fine. I've seen people in my own job do that to me. That shit is out there. It's out there. And yet and still, I'll rally against it, because we need to drop that shit right now. Let it go right now. We got bigger fish to fry. Stop it. But sometimes you can't just say that and get the humanitarian reaction that you would expect out of people, because some people are so brainwashed in the hypnosis of the divide, and then you got to address them, and then I got to talk from a black man's perspective. Y'all be trapping people, bro, because I would rather not talk about that shit. We are spinning our wheels. They are gaining ground. We have a fucking problem here. Whoever cannot understand this should not be calling themselves a truth seeker about nothing. If you get lost in a racial divide, you're not a truth seeker, bro. I'm tired of having to stoop down to people's level to address them about why being black has absolutely nothing to do. This is what y'all don't understand. Every time y'all see a YouTube video and there's some young black kids wilding the fuck out, shooting guns at each other, shootouts and all type of shit like that, what you have to understand, if you're a real truth seeker and you can really see what's going on and you can analyze the world, you decoding the matrix, you know what you have to know for sure? Half of that conflict deserves to return fire in self-defense. No one says this. Y'all just say black on black crime. Look at these niggas. Black at it again is what I hear a lot of racist, prejudiced white folks saying on the internet when I see all these motherfucking shootout videos. Crazy. It's strange to me. Every video of gun violence, quote unquote gun violence, that I find on the internet is full of comments of people going, black people, black people, black people, black people. Then black people in the comments trying to defend what the fuck it is that's going on. When in reality, half of that fucking conflict is somebody who is doing what you would do, Mr. White Boy, shooting back. Y'all say, try that in a small town. We say, try that shit over here in my neighborhood or on this block. When we say it, it's all bad in this black on black and everybody involved is fucking stupid. If it's you, then it's you reacting in self-defense, returning fire, because you don't want to put up with that bullshit and you're not going to stand it, you're just going to shoot back. You will try to overdo their aggression in your defense to let them know that you don't play that shit. We say that same shit. The fuck? tired of y'all. I'm tired of ignorant people. But it's okay. I love the internet. Because you know what the internet does? It shows the entire world who we really are. This is who we are as people, man. This is who we are, man. Motherfuckers claim that they out here to find truth. Won't give gematria a second look because it sounds hokey or it sounds off to them. It don't gotta sound good to you. You can watch a serial killer's documentary, interrogation interview, and all that other type of shit. There's a good chance you're gonna listen to that psycho talking shit, and you're not gonna understand. You're not going to agree with a goddamn thing he says as motivation to be a serial killer or a serial sex thief. If he steals sex from a woman and he does this repeatedly, if you're a good man, you're not going to agree with none of the motivations that he's going to have. You might understand because you listen, then you go, I can put these pieces together. And I can understand the mind of a guy who would do this by listening to him, painting a picture of who he is. So as a psychological analysis, we can understand what goes on in the mind of a guy who would do that. Doesn't mean you agree. It doesn't mean that you can walk that walk like him. You would never be able to do that. But you might be able to understand where it is that he's coming from, what it is that he's thinking, right? That's how gematria is. You don't got to agree with it. You don't have to think that it gives you magical powers. You don't have to adhere to it at all. Understanding the mind of the criminals that we are chasing so that you can recognize when it is that you are looking at their work, their production. You need to know when you're looking at their production. Learn gematria so that you will know how deep it is that they go when they do this shit. It's black magic to them. You don't gotta like it. You don't gotta understand it. I'm not asking you to use it. Retards. I tried to kick gematria to a dude and he goes, oh, that's witchcraft, blah, blah, blah. Why would I get involved with witchcraft? You're an idiot. Motherfuckers be dumb. I'm not asking you to get involved with serial killing if I asked you to help me do a documentary and some research on serial killers. I didn't ask you to join me in doing that. I asked you to fucking help me analyze what it is that stupid, crazy, psycho motherfuckers are thinking and doing when they do this so that we can possibly recognize it, maybe even stop it, at least be able to call it what it is when we see it. I am convinced. This is where the ego part comes in. When I be talking my shit, then people say, oh, you got a big ass ego. No, I have fucking a great level of disappointment for the fact that you claim to be so fucking smart, but you can't see simple shit, and I can see it. I'm gonna start feeling better than you. I'm just asking that y'all look at the fucking gematria and ask yourself, why the fuck is it that this number coding system can be laid over top of the English language that then can be laid over top of all of the fucking major national and global news, and it fits. It tells a story still. Numbers are language. If you didn't know that, that's your fault. If it sounds weird to you, why won't you go there? Shit that sounds weird to me makes me go there. Because in order for them to fool the world, they have to put shit in places that you won't look, that you won't recognize, that you will be scared to explore. So when you tell me some spooky shit about black magic spells being casted over humanity through the English language, and I go, maybe that's why that's a fucking global language right now that it is. Huh, what else could accompany this to help fucking support this idea that the English language is being used as black magic hypnosis? Because that sounds kind of weird to me. Oh, everything vibrates, words are vibration. That's true, that's how the ear works. What else do you have? The English language and the American dollar go hand in hand. Wow, that's crazy. Because the English fucking language is everywhere. Titanic and all that bullshit. Wow, and the two go hand in hand. What are they doing together? Controlling what? An economic system that you watch them play games with you about when they did that pandemic bullshit to fuck with the economy, and then they go, oh, we have a change shortage, like y'all ain't got no coins. Shut y'all dumb ass up. Oh, we need one world currency, a digital currency. Y'all know what that's going to lead to. You know enough of that conspiracy theory to go, damn, English language, money, digital currency, English, all of this shit is constantly piggybacking each other. It's all supporting itself to climb the fucking mountain. on your ass. So when I point these things out and you realize that if you let it go by you, it could be hiding the secrets that allow you to understand the steps that this man takes to be a serial killer or a serial fucking sex thief. Why won't you go there to go, I don't know enough about gematria. That would be crazy if what the fuck you're saying is true. It better not be fucking true. And I want to know. I have to go look now. Because I can't look right at something that could reveal a deeper, darker truth to me. And then say, nah, because it sounds funny. It's got to sound funny if you're going to trick me. You got to sound funny to me. If you sound regular, I'm going to see you. So you're going to have to go look in the dark places. A equals 1, B reverse, Z has a value of 1, A has a value of 26. Now if you take something like 26 as a value, and you add the 2 and the 6 together, you get 8. There's 2 more ciphers where you go forwards or backwards, but you take all of the 2-digit values and add those 2 digits together to get a single-digit value. That gives you 4 different ciphers, 4 basic ciphers that'll get you everything you need. There's a song by the group called The Police, an old group from the 70s or 80s. 80s maybe. And the song is called Murder by Numbers. They're talking about gematria. Go listen to the song. Why would they do that? The Iowa band Slipknot has a fucking song called Gematria the Killing Name. Why the fuck would they do that? Why would they do that? Pause for a second and I want you to ask yourself out of your heart. Why would they do that? Go look up the lyrics because Slipknot is what they're called from that. Ask yourself, why would they call that song that fucking name? They didn't do it for no reason. Prince said, I would die for you. It's the name of a song. Spelled it with the 4 and the letter U. That's how he spelled the name of the song. Prince died 4/21. But U is the 21st fucking letter of the alphabet, and y'all think it's coincidence. How many coincidences are you gonna fucking look at before you go, God damn? Obviously with that satanic music shit. You can see it on all those videos. DMX died on Lil Nas X's birthday. Weird. DMX was in a song called 4321 or something like that. With other iconic, legendary rappers. When is Lil Nas X's birthday? When did DMX die? Y'all gonna, man, stop playing with me, bro. Because it goes on and on and on. Coolio, Chadwick Boseman, who died on my son's birthday. My son was born the very day that Chadwick Boseman died. August 28th. If you look at what August 28th means to Jackie Robinson, who Chadwick Boseman played in the movie. Jackie Robinson's military history, because he was part of a military tank brigade. They called themselves Panthers or something like that. Then later on, the guy that plays him in the movie will go on to play Black Panther in a movie that's supposed to be synonymous with the Black Panther civil rights fucking movement. And he also died on the fucking a birthday or the release date of a book written by, man, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me, bruh. That gematria shit is crazy. It never stops. It never goes away. It never stops. It never stops. The coincidences will blow your mind and you'll go, ain't no way in hell the world turning out like this by accident. Ain't no way. You just think it might not be no way because you think your limitations, your aspirations, and your motivations in life, if it don't align with this, you don't see how it could align with anybody else that they could even pull this off. But you don't even know how your phone works, goofy. You don't even know how it works. If I broke it down to all the fucking pieces and put it in front of you, you wouldn't be able to put it back together or tell me what part does what to make the video work. Just admit that you don't know shit. And then when people show you shit, go, I don't know. Maybe. But y'all think y'all know everything. And if it sounds strange to you, it couldn't even be real, so why would you look? That's a weird-ass way of looking at shit. We need grown-ass men with cognitive abilities and big guns to stand up and then do something. Because y'all acting like some hoes out here. Acting like some bitches, bruh. Now, that's my fucking rant. Fuck. Man, peace and love to everybody in the chat. So let me say what's up real quick. Crack that code. What up, Amy? Amy said my last video showed so many people sacrifice in the same pattern over and over again in less than a week. It's human sacrifice. They try to paint the picture for you. Thank you for the comment, Amy. Go check out Crack Their Code. It's a YouTube channel. Go there. She's going to tell you about the gematria. Go there. Just listen to it. Find a gematria calculator on the internet. Decode some shit yourself. After a while, you're going to say, there's something bigger than me is crafting this shit for their benefit, because this is not a fucking accident when it's everybody everywhere, man. This is why I feel sorry for y'all, man. This is why every now and then I drop a couple tears. Sometimes I might drop a few tears on my way to work. I go, I can't even do a live stream like this. My eyes are all red and puffy. I can't even, and I won't even turn the camera on, man. Because I feel sorry for y'all. They had the power to save yourselves, and all of y'all bullshit, your ego, your childhood trauma that you will not address. That's what's wrong with everybody. Everybody that got something wrong with them, when they don't value human life, when their ego takes over and they will not expand their horizons in their consciousness because they think they got life down to a T. You got some childhood trauma, man. Motherfuckers be having separation anxiety. Motherfuckers that got diddled with it when they were kids, and they won't tell nobody or address that shit or confront their fucking diddler or none of that shit. All y'all be fucked up in the head. That's what's wrong with y'all. Go address that shit. Get your fucking way. No mask, no way. What up, man? Ghost is in this bitch. What up, Ghost? Maybe you still here. Ghost, if you still in here or if you come back to the video to check it out, I'm in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, bro. Cedar Rapids, Iowa. That's where I live at. Man, peace of love, man. I got to get into work, man. Y'all always make me late, and I almost never care. I'll make it right with my job later. I'll stay late, cut my lunch break short, whatever. But it's so hard to not talk to y'all. This is what I was supposed to be doing, bro. I'm supposed to be out here with guns all over the fucking country talking my shit on the streets, bro. I don't miss without government. You sheeple are the same. Oh, we got a troll? Hey, Sam, I'm gonna make you a moderator. Sam, I just made you a moderator, Sam Fish. If you see trolls, bro, get their ass, bro. Get them the fuck up out of here. Without that gun, you are nothing. Don't miss. That's what Don't Miss said. Without the gun, you are nothing. Without the gun, the cops ain't nothing either. That's like telling a hornet, without his stinger, he is nothing. It's natural, bruh. And if you got a gun, what you want, to show down at high noon? Pussy ass goofy. I troll back. Your mama raised a bitch. Without a fucking nuclear weapon, what country's gonna do anything? Nothing. They all the fuck up. Do you think they gonna listen to you talk that bitch ass shit? Go tell Secret Service. They without that gun, they a bitch. They gonna be like, talk that shit all you want to. You put your hands on the president, we gonna smoke your ass. We don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Yeah, set on a timeout for 300 seconds. Yeah, don't block them. But I don't miss as a pussy. Because in order for you to say, without my gun, I'm nothing, you would have to say the same thing about yourself. And I do got hands. But hands don't save nothing. Because bad guys not going to listen to none of that shit you talking about. They actually hope that nobody else has a gun so they can bring the gun to dominate. If you can't recognize that and then rise to the occasion to say, oh, bad guys got guns, me too, then you a goofy. I'm not going to disarm myself in my house with my kids and say, hey, man, I'm an honorable man. I'm a real man. I ain't got no gun. Somebody could come to my house and rule that motherfucker. Because they'd be like, we didn't listen to that kumbaya shit. You did. You disarmed us. Man, forget the activism, man. I'm going to get my gun up because I don't miss said so. You right. I'm going to get into work. No mask, no way. You right. I'm going to get into work. But let me put it to you like this. I don't miss. I want you to sub to me because I want to talk to you. Ain't it a way to do a split screen on your live where you can share that with someone, where you can share a live with somebody? I challenge you to either get in the comments and have a direct discussion with me, or we're going to figure out how to split the screen for the live stream, because I want you to get on my live stream, Mr. I Don't Miss. I want you to get on the live stream and then converse with me about how honorable you're going to be yourself in disarming yourself. And then I want you to address what the fuck you going to do when a bully shows up with a baseball bat, a knife, a sword, a chainsaw, a machete. No point in taking the short end of the stick because you want to be a real man, while all the bad guys go, oh, we got the guns. We don't care about none of that shit. We like the bully shit. We don't fight fair, none of that. If you have to address that, you have to be ready. There is no more discussion or debate about it. Okay, Sam Fisher, I'm going to try and do a live stream. It's just after 8 o'clock p.m. I don't know where you are or what time it is, but it's just after 8 a.m. right now. And I want to do the live stream tonight around 7. So whatever time will make that to you, if you can be available, fine. If not, that's okay. I can't expect for you to fucking roll with my scheduling. But I want to do the live stream. Hopefully, I Don't Miss will at least join the chat or split the live stream with me in a split screen, however that can work, or whatever you got going on. Let's try to make that happen tonight at 7, though. That'd be dope. Because I want haters to stop saying weird, stupid, childish, petty, indirect shit, and then explain it to me with some logic and a linear train of thought so that I can follow his thought process, that if he can get me to agree, then he will have a fair chance to get me to agree with it. We're not going to be passive ad hominem attacks, insults, and indirect fucking comments. I don't like that shit. Break it down to me like they do in a court of law. Convince me to give my guns up, because without having my gun, I am nothing. And that if I want to be something, I should give the gun up, because that's the equal and opposite of what it is that you said. That sounds crazy to me. I'll remove your channel now. You remove my channel now. Oh, another pussy. Here comes the parade. Y'all some hoes. Green Pharaoh, you a bitch. Get him the fuck out of there. Your mom raised a bitch, pussy. Good luck to your wife and kids if you're married to even have kids. I don't even know if you even get pussy. But if you do, I feel sorry for them. Oh, hey, Green Pharaoh, I am? No, you are. You know how I know that? Because you would never say that shit to my face. You the pussy. And I'll put my fist in your fucking mouth. I will punch you the fuck out, actually. And then smoke your ass. And go to prison for it. I wouldn't even care. I love to do you. I love pussies like that. Niggas just be talking shit and be soft. The fucking love and shit that I can possibly say. Y'all already know I'm coming from. I extend the hug. Everybody else can get the bang bang. Because I bet you Green Pharaoh, this other pussy ass faggot I don't miss, I bet you wouldn't say nothing to me either. I live in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and I'm outside often. Come see me. It'll be good for my YouTube channel. I'll smoke your ass on YouTube. Come talk to me when I'm doing a live stream, and then talk that tough shit. Call me a pussy and get within arm's reach and watch what happens. And then we'll see with the pussy. There's plenty of motherfuckers in graves, in cold dirt, being eaten by worms for talking that punk shit, calling somebody out their name, posing a fucking threat to an armed man. At the end of the day, you'll be in the dirt, and I don't give a fuck about none of this other shit that you got to talk about. Your father's a pussy. Mother's a man. Your whole fucking life was upside down. Trolley polioli. You sound familiar. I think I've seen you before. I think I've seen you around before. What's pussy about me? Explain it to me. Okay, Sam Fisher, so you an hour ahead of me. So it'll be about 8 o'clock for you. If you want to do that around like 8 o'clock, then Trolley polioli can show up, because he a goofy. And he can bring his troll ass friends with me, and I bet you they'll have absolutely nothing to say. It'll just be a bunch of ad hominems and shit talking. But in reality though, Trolley polioli would never say a word to me. I'll make you piss your pants, bro. You would never talk to me. You would never talk to me like that. You don't even know what it is that I'm saying about gun rights and shit. Either you can't have a gun, or you can, and you are totally lost in the sauce, bro. But what I do know is, you're a bitch though. And you can go eat a dick. Die today. Fucking slap yourself with a 9mm. RPM Trey Vietnam, and salute to all my followers. All of the fucking haters can go eat a dick. I hope you die on it. No love to y'all. And ain't none of y'all gonna show up to do nothing either. YouTube or not, I'm gonna be out on the streets. YouTube or not, I'm gonna be on the streets with my gun talking my shit. Cedar Rapids, Iowa, come see me. Let's make the news. Let's make the news. Let's make the news. RPM troll. Boy, ain't no trolling about it. Sonny, Son and you. Oh yeah, you a goofy. You a goofy. Probably don't get no pussy. You ain't got no guns. You got to do this shit because you would never come talk to me. Look, you want to troll me for real? Show up. I like that shit. Come outside, bruh. Come outside. And if you don't, you'll forever be a pussy if you don't get your bitch ass to Cedar Rapids and stand in my face and say that shit. Tell me where you live and I'll come to where you are. How's that? I will come to where you are. Fucking search party. Fuck you hoes. Pussies.